Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Woo, here it is. It's Sunday, a holiday weekend. Well, a lot of you have been writing to me. You've been saying, Psychic Bob, we want to go on a walk, do a vlog on Sunday, go someplace. Well, Psychic Bob heard you. You know, I thought about going to CVS, but then I thought, I'm having such a good weekend. Why ruin it, huh? So I decided to change it up, and I went to Washington, D.C. today. And so I filmed my adventure. Unfortunately, part of my camera, I only got half of the trip filmed because my camera went down. I didn't realize it wasn't fully charged. But I still got amazing footage. So I'm going to take you along. We're going to see what this is. So definitely watch it. Now stay tuned because at the end of the video, I'm going to show you some art treasures that I bought from the National Gallery of Art, which I think you'll really love. So come on along. Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Well, today is Sunday, and you know it's the day of the sun. I'm out, sun's trying to come out, but I thought we'd do something new and different today. We're going on an adventure. Now, a lot of you have written to me and said, Psychic Bob, we want to see Washington, D.C. A lot of you have never been here. Well, we're going to go to D.C. today, so you guys can come on along. We're cruising along in the car here. As you can see, we're rolling down the highway, and we're ready for an adventure. So join me for a day of fun in the sun. Happy Sunday. Hey Tubies, well here we are. We're coming into D.C. Over here on our left is the Pentagon. Now, for those of you who remember 9/11, this is the side that was blown out. It's hard to see it. We're down low now. But anyways, maybe we'll be able to see it. But over there beyond that bridge is the Pentagon. There it is. It's coming up a little bit now. You can see it, the top of the roof, and the Washington Monument in the distance over there. So we're coming into D.C. There you go. There's a shot of the Pentagon. That's what's hit by the airplane in 9/11. This is literally about 5 minutes from my house. And we're coming into the city, and we'll show you more as we move along. Hey Tubies, here is the Jefferson Memorial. You can see it here. Oops, through the trees. We're having trouble getting stuff today. The trees are in bloom. But that white dome that you see back here, which you could see, but you can't see now, is the Jefferson Memorial. We're coming into D.C. I tell you, it's really beautiful. This is a great city. There's the Washington Monument. Check that out, guys, huh? That's a mystical symbol. It comes from ancient Egypt. It's called the obelisk, and it points to the sun. D.C. is a beautiful city because it actually was created by Lafayette, and Lafayette, the Marquis of Lafayette, helped design Paris. And when I went to Paris, I always thought to myself, I said, this is a lot like Washington. And then I realized both cities were designed by the same person. So here we are, we're coming into this. Hey Tubies, well here I am, I'm on the street, and we're having an adventure. We're going to go up here and see what there is to see, so come on along. Hey Tubies, right here before us is the African American Museum. This is the newest museum in Washington. I think the architecture is amazing. I'm going to try to go over here today if I can. I don't know if you have to have tickets. You used to have tickets, and sometimes on holiday weekends you have to. But this is what's fascinating, is that this architecture is designed to look like a giant African basket. Supposedly in Africa they weave a basket that looks similar to this. Isn't that amazing? Now look where else we are next to. Here is the Washington Monument. Is that amazing or what? Check that out. See, there are a lot of people out here today. I tell you, it is the happening day in Washington. We're having so much fun. So we're going to stroll along. We got a lot to see. And join me for the adventure. The helicopters are flying really low today. A lot of security down here. You know, as I was saying, what I love about this city is that it shares a lot in common with Paris. Everywhere in DC, it's designed to be like a big park. As you can see behind me here, this beautiful vista of green, the large lawns, the giant oaks. It's really spectacular here. Exotic trees. Most all of the greenery in the city, especially the exotic greenery, was donated by patrons. There are a lot of wealthy people who give a lot to the museums and to the city, and so we have a lot of treasures here, and I feel really blessed. For those of you who are fans of Donald Trump, that tower sticking up there, that's the tower on the Trump Tower Hotel. So the Trump Hotel, that's it right there. It's behind those other buildings, but the tower is sticking up is the Trump Hotel. And here we are, we're coming up on the old historical castle. My father used to work on this castle. He did construction work on some of the restoration of it. And I actually have an old brick from this castle. This dome in front of us, my father helped build the roof on it. He designed the form for it. He did construction work and carpenter, and he helped build the form that the copper was laid on. So every time I see this copper dome here, it brings me back to my dad's work. And I remember watching them build this. It's really a piece of history, you know? Isn't this wonderful? We'll go up and take a look at it. I'm going to show you guys, because I was actually watched every bit of this being built. And I used to carry supplies up here to help them work on it when I was working here in the summer. So as you can see, it's beautiful. The copper, now when they first put it on, I was here, it was bright and shiny. But over the years, it's aged. But you can see the beautiful windows. I remember the day they put the glass in here. I came and helped them move equipment so they could get the glass fitters in this area. We'll go on in, take a look. Isn't this beautiful? So we're going to go down this stairwell, and I know the man who actually built this, and I was here the day he put this in. Now you'll notice here the beautiful green copper color. I was here when the committee decided on these colors, and there was a lot of debate about how to get that paint color right. But they got it, and it matches the roof. When the roof outside, as I said, was put on, it was bright copper. But since then, it's aged to become green copper. And they wanted the copper look to continue within the building. So this stairwell is a circular stairwell, and it goes on down. And it's absolutely beautiful. And as you can see, behind us are the gardens. But I used to run up and down this stairwell every day. I used to carry supplies. I was a helper, an electrician's helper. So I used to carry pipe, and I used to carry wire, and you know, I used to help the carpenters sometimes. But I remember all of this. I spent my entire summer of my 18th year building this museum. And it just goes around and around. This actually used to be open and you could look to the lower levels, but since then they've closed it off this wall. But you can see the stairwell. It's just absolutely beautiful. I used to come into this room and take my lunch breaks because this was a very cool chamber in the summertime, and it's still cool. And here's an overlook, and this is the lower level of the museum, and it's a large corridor. We won't go down there now, but I wanted you to see the amazing architecture of the domed building. As you can see, it's all circular. It's very beautiful, very clean lined, kind of Gothic and kind of Art Deco all at the same time. Here's the stairwell, it goes on down. As I said, when I worked here, this was all being built, and before the stone was in here, we had actually a wooden platform. We had wood steps that were later overlaid with stone. But I used to run up and down through this corridor. That's hard to believe. That was back in 1986. I tell you, where did the years go? It brings back a lot of memories working here. It was my first real summer job, and I had a lot of fun here. I used to work with a crazy crew of electricians, and I also was the brake boy. See, because when you're the young one on the crew, you have to go get all the brake. So at 10 o'clock every day, I'd have to go out and pick up the coffee and the snacks for all the workers. And that was kind of part of the construction tradition. I don't know if it still is, but it was in my day. And eventually a younger guy came on the crew, and he ended up being brake boy. I got promoted. Well, there you go, guys. Well, we're going to go on down the mall and see what there is to see. And here is again the dome that my dad helped build. As many of you know, my father passed away last year, and when I come here, it's a remembrance of him. So I always have something permanent to remember our time together. This garden back here, I was here when they planted this and built this. At the time, they had to dig and excavate this whole area because underneath us here underground is the museum. It goes under the whole area. And as part of the work, they had to repair the base of the castle. So around here it was dug out. And isn't that an exotic tree? And this is where I got some of the original foundation stone from the castle. And as you can see, the castle is again under renovation. They're always doing something on it. It's a beautiful historic building. These trees have grown large. I remember when all of these were planted, they basically redid all the plants in here. They all were little. Of course, now that's been 30 years ago. And as you can see, everything has just grown. It doesn't look anything like I remember it. Well, I remember these trees. That one right there, I remember when they planted it. It was just a little baby tree. And in fact, I helped put some wire up around it to protect it. And here it is now. I think this tree may have been here. I'm trying to remember. But it's a beautiful one. But most everything here else was planted during the summer of 1986. And as we come around here, you can see some of this beautiful Victorian Gothic architecture. This was built in the 1800s. I can't remember the exact date, but this was the original Smithsonian. Now today the Smithsonian consists of multiple museums, but the very first museum was this one here. You can see the tower up there. Isn't it amazing? Gotta love that Victorian architecture. It's really amazing, isn't it? Hey Tubies, well, we're coming up on one of my favorite museums. If you come to Washington, you definitely got to see this museum. It's the Hirshhorn, and it's a lot of fun. It's the Museum of Modern Art. Here it is. Well, this is under construction as well. It seems all of DC is always under construction. But that's okay, at least they're preserving it. Oh no, I don't think it's even open. Well, let's go up here and find out. It might be or it might not be. They got the fountain going, so maybe it's open. Well, let's come along and see. Here's the center courtyard. This is really cool. Check this out. Look, we got a big fountain. Oh, I hope this is open. If it's not, I'm going to be really disappointed. But that's all right. We may see other stuff. This is a cool modern building. Check this out. Is this cool or what? I used to come here all the time when I was younger. I really love modern art. I think this museum rocks. Now let's go around to the front and see if we can get in. Look at this, Tubies. I don't know if this is something that happened to this car or it's an art piece. It's certainly dramatic, isn't it? Let's take a look at this. Oh, it is an artwork. Please do not touch or climb on the artworks. Now that's kind of wild. I've never seen anything like that. Check that out. There are more of our helicopters flying over. Well, let's go on in and see the modern art. Hey Tubies, here we are. Look at this. This is a famous painting. This is by Willem de Kooning. He was a famous artist. His style was very similar to Picasso, part of the Cubist, Expressionist sort of movement. I love art. Isn't this amazing? This is an actual de Kooning. It's the real thing. Here I am. Isn't this wonderful? I love it. We got a lot of wonderful art to see today. Guys, this is an amazing sculpture. You've got to see it. It fills the entire room. It's like a giant meteor. Look at this. Isn't it beautiful? Exotic and mystical. Have you ever seen anything like this? It literally fills the entire room. There's the ceiling up there. It's like a giant rock. This is one of the most amazing art pieces I've seen in a long time. Whoever did it put a lot of work into it. It goes on and on and on. This is really something. If you can get a sense of the scale of this, it's humongous, it's giant. Can you see it? Amazing. And here we are. These are the lounges where we rest. These sofas have been here since the 1970s, and I love them. I always come and rest on them. They haven't changed at all. It's nice to know some things in life stay the same. Hey guys, check this out. This is called Moonrise. And you know me, I'm all about the moon. It's a massive canvas, fills the entire wall. It has words, it says, Moonrise, Kent, England, 30 September 1985. All the places between moonrise and moonset. I like that. That's kind of cool. Oh my God, look what I just found. This is a Jean Miro. This is one of my favorite artists. And this is a real Miro. It's worth millions of dollars. But isn't it great? He used to do kind of abstract expressionist style. And here I am with a real Miro. Isn't that amazing? A real Miro. You know, at this museum, you can literally go right up to the art. Now, you can't touch it, but they don't have it behind glass or anything. That's what I love about the Smithsonian. You can actually go up and see even the brush strokes. Look at that. Is that amazing? Really cool. This is interesting. They're making political statements here on the walls and floor. It says, believe anything, forge everything. Belief plus doubt equals sanity. Whose body? Whose beliefs? I have to say, this is really original. I like this. This is very different. A lot of fun. Well, let's see what there is down here. They used to have some beautiful Andy Warhols down here. So maybe they still have them. We'll take a look around. So come on along. All this sightseeing is making me thirsty. Luckily, these old water fountains have been here since the 1970s, and they still work. A little pressure. Ooh, look at this. This gallery is so chic and elegant. It's strange, but I feel like it's a lot like going to Neiman Marcus. I don't know how to explain that. It's just the energy of the place feels very posh. But here are some interesting pictures. Look at these. These are from 1963. They're by an artist named Marcus. Well, guys, we're not having much luck because all the Warhols are moved out. And the second floor is where they kept all the Warhols and the Picassos, and then down here. And the second floor is closed, so I can't show you my favorite artists, which are Picasso and Warhol. Oh well. We'll go on. There's a lot more to see. Well, Tubies, I can't find any Picassos today because all the exhibits with Picasso are closed, but I did find another treasure. Here's an actual Miro. Miro is one of my favorite artists. I showed you that painting. He also did sculpture. This is an actual real Miro sculpture worth millions and millions of dollars. Isn't that cool? It's very exotic looking. So there you go. Anyways, we're going to go on and see some other stuff. So come on along. Hey Tubies, for those of you who have never been to DC, here is the nation's capital. That's where all the Congress meet. It's here on the mall. This is known as the Washington Mall. It stretches from all the way down the Lincoln Memorial at the far end. There's the Washington, all the way up to the Capitol. We're going to go over here to the National Gallery of Art. That's straight ahead. You're in for a treat if you like art. This is like the palace of art. Look at these helicopters. Now they are running them over Police State Central here today. This is overkill. Everywhere I go, I've been followed by helicopters. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And here I am with this giant fountain. Isn't this fun? Everybody's out trying to cool down here. It's massive. It's like a lake. So we're going on to the museum. So let's stroll along, see what there is to see. Well, Tubies, here we are at the National Gallery of Art. I love this. This is one of my favorite museums. Now, the other museum was a museum of modern art. This is more of the classic art. This is where you'll find the ancient masters. We're going to climb these steps all the way up to this mystical giant palace of art. Look at these columns. Massive, massive, massive. And here we are. We're going to go on up. Guys, check this out. Is this not beautiful? Look at this beautiful palatial temple to art. These are giant green marble columns. You can get a sense of how large they are. Isn't it amazing? So we're going to just cruise along and see what there is to see. This is the great god Mercury. You guys may remember him. He's the god of communications. This sculpture's been here as long as I can remember. It's like a giant temple here. There's the giant domed roof. Let's see what we can find. It looks like a lot of the rooms are closed off. We'll take a stroll through. We'll find something good. Look at this vase. You know I'm crazy about urns and vases. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It says monumental urn circa 1860. Style of Clodion. Beautiful. This reminds me a bit of Buckingham Palace. They have a gallery in Buckingham Palace. Actually, it's very much like this corridor. Isn't that wonderful? Well, let's look around. Look at this beautiful painting, guys. I believe this is like the moon goddess. Actually, you know what? I think it's the goddess Ceres, the goddess of the harvest. She's got wheat sheaves. Look at her sickle there. Beautiful. Let's see. Oh, here's the plaque. Let's see what it says. I was right, guys. It is Ceres, summer goddess. Antoine Watteau. And this was made oil on canvas circa 1718. It was acquired by the museum in 1950. Isn't that beautiful? And look here, there's another beautiful sculpture right next to it. Let's look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Another form of the goddess, I believe. Let's see. Oh, here's the plaque on this one. It's called a Vestal. Oh my God. Claude Michel. It was made circa 1770. You remember I told you guys, I taught you the class on ancient Rome and the Vestal Virgins? Well, this is one of the Vestal Virgins. And she's offering a sacrifice to the goddess Vesta. She has her urn there. Oh, this is very mystical. I love it. You see, all sort of treasures are here. Well, now we're going to go in and we're going to look at some famous Impressionist paintings by Claude Monet. I found out I can't talk inside the gallery and film, so I'll be silent. Come on along. This is a famous Claude Monet, the Japanese footbridge. Many of you have probably seen this. This is the actual Monet painting. Isn't that beautiful? Here's one of my favorite paintings, and I didn't realize we had this at our museum. This is Claude Monet, Palazzo de Mula, Venice. This is the original one. Is that amazing or what? Really special. These are some more Monets. Waterloo Bridge, London at dusk. Look, guys, the moon goddess Diana. This is made in 1724. companion of Diana. There's her dog, her pet dog. There's the great goddess. And look, here's Mother Mary. Isn't she beautiful? Madonna and Child enthroned with angels, dated 1321. Wow, this is from the Middle Ages. There's some beautiful, this is all medieval art from Italy. Icons. There's the Blessed Virgin Mary, who we know is the Great Mother. There she is again. Isn't this amazing? I love this art. This is one of my favorite icons. I actually have a print of this, and I didn't know it was from our museum. Oh my God. Let's see what it says. Enthroned Madonna and Child. Yeah, anonymous Byzantine, 13th century. So this painting is like over 800 years old. Is that amazing? I love Mary. Pretty cool, isn't it? Here's another amazing goddess, Diana. There she is with her bow that she shoots her silver arrows. She's got a crescent up on her hair. Spectacular. You guys may remember I talked about Bacchus and Pan. Well, here they are. Here's Bacchus, the god of the vine, the god of grapes, the god of wine. And he's accompanied by Pan, who's a little child. And you can see Pan's goat legs that he's often portrayed with. He's holding grapes. I tell you, this is a pagan's temple, this building. Right here in DC, people have no idea that's a pagan temple. Since most of the Christians destroyed the ancient temples, we now have them rebuilt in art galleries. Isn't that beautiful? There's Pan holding up his grapes. And 3 dimensions. Pan and Bacchus. Bacchus is Dionysus. Bacchus is his Roman name. There's Pan as a little child. Isn't that cute? Well, Tubies, here I am. I'm taking a little break. It's lunchtime, and I'm at the Garden Cafe. Isn't this beautiful? A little waterside, little fountain here, sculpture. I'm looking forward to lunch. Well, Tubies, here's my lunch. I got a beautiful salad here. This is a broccoli salad and a mixed green salad and some free-range boneless chicken. It looks absolutely beautiful. My battery's about to die, so I'm probably going to have to end the video, but I'm sure glad you guys came along. Tubies, my camera's about to die, but you got to see this. It's a walkway of light. Check this out. Oh. Stopped. It was sparkling. We're going to go down this walkway. We'll check it out. Here it comes. It's like star clusters. Hey guys. Well, you know, as I was showing you in the video, when I went to the Hirshhorn Museum, the Modern Art Museum, the second floor was closed, where they had all the Picassos and the Salvador Dalis. All my favorite paintings are on the second floor, and the Warhols too. and I couldn't see any of them. So I couldn't film them, didn't even get to see them. Well, I went over to the National Gallery of Art, which is classic art. And I forgot they also have a West Wing, which is modern art. Unfortunately, my camera died before I could get to the West Wing. But before I went to the West Wing, I was walking through the gift shop and I found a beautiful print. And I want to show it to you here. This is by one of my favorite artists, Pablo Picasso. And it's called Harlequin Musician. And it's from 1924. I'm going to have this framed. Isn't this cool? If you're into modern abstract, you'll like it. If you hate abstract, you probably won't like this. But I just love it. I think it's so cool. Picasso, you either love him or hate him. I don't think there's a lot of middle ground with Picasso. But I'm a fan. Well, now I got to tell you the really cool story about this. So I saw this print in the gift shop, and I bought it. And I kept thinking, gee, it's too bad that there's no Picassos in this museum, And I had started to go through the gallery, and I realized all the modern art was over at the Hirshhorn. And then I remembered the West Wing of the National Gallery is modern art also. So they're basically two modern art museums within close proximity. And so I bought this print, but I don't remember ever seeing Picasso in the West Wing Gallery. And as I'm walking through the gallery, I literally turn a corner and boom, bigger than life, this actual painting was there. I got to see it. Now my camera had died at that point, so I was not able to photograph it. But it was so cool to actually see it because I had never seen that. And I just bought this because I thought, oh, it's a cool picture, And then I actually got to see it. It was really a surprise. So I got this and I got to see the original. And it was really, really awesome. And then I also, on the way back through, I stopped in the gift shop again just to peruse it one more time. And I found another Picasso. And this one is called, let's see, Still Life. It's just called Still Life. And it was made in 1918. So there you go. It's a still life. Another abstract kind of cubist, modernist, expressionist piece. So I think I got some beautiful treasures. I'm going to frame these and put them up in my house. And I'm really loving it. I had such a good day. And I really appreciate you guys coming along. I hope this has been fun for you. So we're going to do more adventures. I've decided, we got to break up the routine. We got more of the world to see. And I'm going to make sure you guys see it with me, okay? Well, anyways, I'm going to get off here. I hope you enjoyed it today. Listen, I hope you'll like this, favorite it, share it with your friends, and if you can, hit subscribe. And if you get a chance and you're bored, pop over to my website and check out my books. You can get those over there at www.robert-hickman.com. Link is in the info box below. You guys are the best. I love you. Keep it here. We'll be back here tomorrow on Monday. What we got? Oh, it's horoscopes. That's right. Horoscopes Monday. So be here tomorrow and get your horoscopes. I love you guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow. And until then, may you blessed be.